Hey, hey, hey! How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm Rosemary Nonny. I am the Prosperity Minister, and I support you in leaving behind the pain and the limiting stories of the past and rising victorious in your true design life. You absolutely deserve the best. I really want you to hear that. You deserve the best. Freedom, fulfillment, financial abundance, a love-drenched life. You deserve all of that and so much more than you can even imagine. You are worthy of the best. Now, I don't say this stuff lightly because like on Saturday, I talked a little bit about the fact that you can be ambitious and spiritual without feeling guilty or feeling apologetic about it. But I really want to also take this to the next level for you here. We are people, we are of ambition. We know what we want. Okay, I know there's some of you that are going to feel unclear, saying, oh, I'm not really sure what my purpose is. I'm not really sure what my calling is. I promise you the reason why you're saying that is literally for this thing that I'm talking about here, which is this, that you feel guilty for being who you are. You feel guilty. You feel like you almost have to apologize for wanting what you want. Okay, let me just make sure that I can see what you guys are saying to me. Let me open you up on a different tab here. You feel almost apologetic for being who you are. It's like you've put on a cloak of guilt. It's like, okay, I'll tell you my story a little bit here. I am that girl who, sorry, let me just do this. I am that girl. I've always known what I want. I've always known that I've always known what I want. Well, not even just in terms of the work that I want to do, but I've always been considered somewhat selfish, okay, by my family. I have been considered somewhat selfish. There's this idea that I will not do things that they want me to do if it doesn't suit me. And it's true. I won't. I've never done that. I've never felt like I had to give myself up in that way. But what I did do was feel guilty all the freaking time. All the time. So it was almost like I made a choice. Give myself up and be whoever it is that they think that I should be, the perfect African woman that knows how to cook and clean for a man, that you know, does whatever a family desires of them, of her. Give yourself up and be that, or just accept that you're going to feel guilty all the time and be yourself. So own yourself and feel guilty, or give yourself up and feel loved by everybody. So I chose the option of feel guilty all the time, whilst at the same time going after every single thing that I desire and refusing to do anything that anybody tells me to do just because they told me to do it. And some of you are like that. Except you're not conscious of the fact that you've been living with this sense of guilt forever. The problem with feeling guilty all the time, and this is an abundance block, guys. If you feel guilty all the time, you will not allow yourself to prosper. You will feel that you need to be punished. You will find ways to make life harder than it needs to be because you feel guilty and unworthy of good things. It will not be conscious. You will not know that you're doing it. You will just be doing it. And you will wonder why everything is a little bit harder for you all the time. Why do you struggle to make things happen? Why does it feel like you're working so hard all the time and for everybody else it seems to be easy for them, but not for you? Because you have a seed root of guilt inside of you. Because you chose you. You chose you. And you feel guilty about it because the world, your family, even your loved ones have probably told you that you're selfish, have probably told you that you're not just doing what they want you to do and have made you feel guilty. Well, nobody can make you feel anything. You've chosen to feel guilty and own yourself, which is, there's nothing wrong with owning yourself. The thing is, you need to separate owning yourself from feeling guilty. You don't have to own yourself and feel guilty at the same time. You can choose to actually, you know what, I am powerful, I know what I want, I am going to go after everything that I want, and there's nothing wrong with me for making that choice. God doesn't demand that you give up who you are in order to be holy or good. Your family may demand that you do in order for them to feel loved, but you don't have to agree with them. And not only do you not have to agree with them, you don't have to keep beating yourself up and seeking to punish yourself and judging yourself because you're saying yes to you. Again, some of these things that I talk about, I didn't even see them until the divine brought them to my attention. Because there'll be nobody in your life telling you this stuff. You will just walk through life feeling this guilt all of the time, but you don't even know you're feeling guilty because you're so used to living that way the only thing that will show in your life is that you are struggling to get the results that you know you deserve. You are struggling to live to your full potential because it always feels like there's a ceiling, there's a limitation on you. No matter how hard you're willing to work, you're not getting there because you have these blocks. Honey, that's the only evidence you will see in your life. And until you are willing to start actually addressing the issues, you will either have to decide that, well, maybe this is just the adult life and I have to put up with it, or... And so then the first option is the option that most people take, that they finally just decide, oh, well, this is adult life. I should give up my ideas of ever having all the things that I want because of course I can't. Of course it's impossible. Life is supposed to be struggle. Maybe in the next life I'll get that stuff. And then you start eating or drinking more or sleeping around with other people, or you try to become the best mother or whatever father on the planet, because at least then you can ignore the fact that you are killing yourself off because you don't think you can get there. The other option is actually to handle yourself. The other option is to unblock yourself. The other option is to actually feel what you're feeling so that you can handle it. Most people are scared of this option. Most people are scared that if they open up to looking at what is actually happening under the hood, they won't be able to come out again. I was scared of that for a very long time. I didn't even know I was hiding from myself. I didn't even know that I was pretending that I was fine when everything wasn't really fine. The only evidence I saw was that I was working very hard and getting almost somewhere, but never quite there. And it always came with some kind of bad thing. Basically. And now I know that I was literally punishing myself because I felt guilty. And guilty people deserve punishment, right? But again, until you hear someone like me telling you this, you won't even know you're doing it. Honeys, you need to come into the Abundance Library. You need to work with me one-on-one if necessary. One or the other, those are your options. You need to do one of them if you're actually serious about living to the fullness of your potential. The choice is yours. You can't choose to go down the road of everybody else on the planet, which is, oh, well, life is good enough. You know, I can, this is just life the way it is. I should stop expecting so much. Just put up with stuff the way it is. You can do that if you want to. But I'm speaking to the ones amongst you who know that you're born for something more. I'm speaking to the ones amongst you who are done with playing small when you know that you're created for so much more. I'm speaking to those who are done with limiting themselves, with being limited. If that's you, come into the Abundance Library by messaging me the word abundance, or come and work with me one-on-one. We just need one session to begin with, and then we decide whether we're going to go on. But a lot of people, it's one session. I'm not into dragging things out when we don't need to. Let's clear some of those blocks. Let's identify what is getting in your way and move you the heck forward. The Abundance Library will help you with that. You can do it yourself. Start really immersing yourself in the programs. Start to listen, because as you listen to those programs, you start to actually understand yourself better. You start to grow in self-awareness. Sometimes just the identifying that you have an issue is enough to clear that issue. But the pretending that it's not there, it will kill you every time. Most people do that, and listen, most people go to the grave unhappy, though they learned to slap a smile on it and pretend that life was good. Are you done with playing that game? The Abundance Library, if you want to do it yourself, or come and work with me one-on-one, let's go on the fast track. Which is it for you? If it's one-on-one, message me the word coaching. If it's the Abundance Library, message me the word abundance. And share this freaking video with somebody else, my love, because other people need to hear this stuff. There are deliberate millionaires out there in the world, including yourself, who are here to make a difference. You are a way shower. You are a messenger of light, except you are trying very hard not to feel what you feel. And in doing so, you are condemning yourself to a life of punishment when you don't have to be punished. You are amazing. You do deserve the best. Owning who you are is not something to be punished for. But you have been taught to feel guilty for being who you are. And I'm saying, take yourself back without guilt. Be ambitious. Know who you are. Know what you want without feeling guilty about it. Go after everything you want without feeling guilty about it. Let others do what they're doing. You know what you want and you are powerful enough to create it if you will get rid of the things that get in your way. Are you ready? If you are, message me the word coaching or abundance, depending on which way you want to go. Share this video with somebody else. Much amazing love, guys. I just pray a blessing over you right now. That right now in this moment, you know just how loved you are. Right now in this moment, you just feel the love energy flowing through you, straight from the divine, straight from God, just flowing into you, reminding you who you freaking are. You are loved so completely. Nothing is withheld from you. You can choose to live a life of freedom, of fulfillment, of financial abundance, a love-drenched life. It is your divine right. And right now, I pray that you accept it, that you allow it. Be surrounded by love right now, my loves. Until the next time, much amazing love. Share this with someone else. Message me the word abundance or coaching, depending on which way you want to go. Mwah! I love you guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.